So the point of this exercise is to warp disrupt you before you get off.
Correct.
Got it.
Alright, so go ahead, dock up, and, we'll do the thing so we can do the thingy.
Got it.
Alright, let me know when you're good to go. So a lot of the tactics that high-sec station campers and station gamers use is insta-lock thrashers. So basically, as soon as you undock and you go to warp to a destination, there's a brief gap when you're going to be lockable if you don't use an insta-dock. So basically what I'm going to do is now find a location in space that is out and away, and there, right there.
I caught you.
So right here is where he catches me, and at this point I am basically dead in the water if I don't have the ability to dock back up, which thankfully I do. I should actually just go full voice activation, so hang on. Settings, options, capture, voice activation. So the point is, if you don't use insta-docks, you're basically gonna find yourself pretty screwed. So if he were to DPS me with his artillery, that would be bad news bears for me. Waiting for you to shoot me. Maybe? There we go. So basically, if I were to have been in a pod or something along those lines, I would have been instantaneously dead. Alright, I'm going to dock back up, and then we're going to do the same thing.
Alright.
But I'm going to use an insta, well, as close as to an insta undock as we got out of this station. So, alright, I'm going to undock right now.
Okay.
And basically there's a few second window in which you have of invulnerability, so you can basically find your undock point and pray to whatever god that you want that, yeah, so I didn't have a good undock there, so basically at this point I'm trying to, wow, the station model on this thing is actually really awkward. This is actually a really good legit undock or kick-out station. So we actually need to go back to, let's actually go to Jita 44 and do it there, because that's where I have a couple of the undocks as well. It's roughly 10 seconds long, but obviously the quicker that you pick your undock position, the better. But it's roughly 10 seconds long, but you'll typically want to do it within 3 to 5 seconds, which is why when you see me or a lot of the other kind of streamers leaving a high-sec station, we're basically, as soon as we undock, we're right-clicking in space and selecting our undock. So, Scion, whenever you're ready, drop or let me know when you're set up.
I'm good to go.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and undock. And it's really nice, especially when somebody is attentive with their with the bookmarks. You'll have insta undocks, 1300, boom, and I'm away. Insta undocks are literally what will save a high grade crystal set from a station camper. All right, so Scion, I'm also going to go and I'm gonna basically demonstrate an insta dock as well. So I'm going to what's a good gate to go from here? Let's do.
I think the common one is it?
Well, perimeter is basically gets you like almost right on the station model, even if you don't have an insta dock. So I'm wondering if there are.
I'm thinking Niabinen.
We're gonna try Muvo instead. Sobasaki would probably work as well, according to Card. So, I mean, they're kind of similar as far as the line goes. So, give me a moment. Uh, 4-6. Come on, where's 4-4? There it is. Alright, so I'm inbound now. So, right now I'm going to just do a standard warp to 0, technically speaking, but that may not necessarily put me right on the undock perimeter itself. It can put me anywhere from basically kind of like almost 2,000 meters off if I'm unlucky with the warp. So again, Scion, your job is to shoot me before I can dock. Never mind, this is a dead at 0, so I'm well within the dock range. So, alright. Undocking again, see if you can catch me with the with the thingy thing, with the insta.
Alright.
Alright, so I'm gonna try doing the sure one. Sobasaki. Hopefully that'll work. If not, I'll just demonstrate it with the human error involved, and I'll accidentally warp to range. Alright, I am inbound again.
Okay.
Four AU, 1 AU, getting ready to land. I am still. Oh, looks like you got a round off. So that was a better example. So now I will demonstrate it again with the human error, basically accidentally warping to range. And then here in a minute, Scion, we're actually going to hop to a different station and actually kind of show how aggro mechanics work as well.
All right.
All right, so
User disconnected from your channel.
Alright, 4-4. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to warp at 10 just to exaggerate. Actually, no, I'm going to warp to 20 just to exaggerate the point. So if for whatever reason you accidentally warp to range and you know that something might go wrong, basically your best bet is to overload your tank, overload your MWD, and then just try to cruise into the station as quickly as possible and hope that there isn't a scram or a web on the field to shut down your MWD and the web to slow you down. So I'm landing 20 off, and now my goal is to hopefully crash the station before you get your shots off. So that may not have been the best example because you were kind of asleep at the wheel there.
Yeah, that's really what happened. I got the opportunity to shoot, but then I don't even know.
All right, let's try that one more time. Can you fly a Myrmidon?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll loan you my Myrmidon here in a minute for the next bit. All right, Jita 4-4. Why can I never find this fucking station? All right. No, I'm not in an Algos. Alright, I am inbound, so get ready. Alright, getting ready to land. Alright, landing. So basically, double click into the station model, burn in, and parade whatever god you want that he can't shoot you. I think he's asleep at the wheel again.
No, I couldn't target out to however far you were out.
Oh, okay. I was only like 50 off.
Yeah, it's literally, it says 50. It said it cannot target because your target
Huh,
is
okay.
50 kilometers off.
Alright, so that, I guess that helps demonstrate the point. Hopefully the people watching the video will get that. Alright, so go ahead and dock up as soon as your timer's out.
Alright, 30 more seconds.
And now I'm going to show you guys the other side of other side of the coin of being kind of camped in. So I'm going to basically try to catch him, and he's going to try to well, I'll figure that out when I get to it.
I'm docked.
All right. All right, now let's go to a similar station model than what we've got here. So let's go to P4. Yeah, just standard P4 station.
Alright.
All right, and then go ahead and dock up, and then I'll ask you to undock here shortly. All right, so the next thing I'm going to explain is how combat timers work in the like.
Okay, docked.
All right, so go ahead and undock. So I know this isn't going to be new to a lot of the guys watching at the moment, but basically I'm going to demonstrate how combat timers work and basically how that can screw a station camper over. So basically he's in his invulnerability cycle right now. So as soon as I can, I'm gonna try to lock him up. Basically, I scram him, and then I get a good old-fashioned timer right here. So this is good for 60 seconds, and during that time, I cannot dock up or jump gates. So if he wants to dock up and basically grab another ship that can kill me, and I'm stupid enough to stick around, he can actually basically take full advantage of that and nuke me. So if you want to go ahead and dock back up, so he's docked back up, and now my timer is counting down 54, 53, 52, etc. And basically, as soon as he undocks again, I'm going to be basically in a sad spot. So as soon as you can, go ahead, lock me up and throw some damage on me. So at this point, he can freely engage me because I have that combat timer, and usually there's a suspect timer involved as well. So for whatever reason, if I am a moron and don't have any of that kind of...
Are you shield or armor, by the way?
I'm armor. I'm armor.
Okay.
Huh. That's interesting. Huh. Okay.
Check out the deeps.
No, you're good. So if for whatever reason I'm a moron and don't have, you know, my shit sorted and I haven't warped away by now, I will be scrammed, I will be webbed, I will be basically pinned down and not have the ability to, and I'll lose my ship. So with that combat timer comes, you know, some kind of sketch stuff. So if you're not on top of it, you can really put yourself into a bad position quickly. There are a lot of corps that kind of specialize in this type of warfare, and we basically try not to let that happen, or we try not to fuck up that bad. We usually take advantage of the ones that fuck up that bad. So basically what he's done is he has launched a whole bunch of berserkers at me. So what I want to do is, as far as a combat point of view goes, I want to try to kill his drones, because those are the only things that are really in any danger of hurting me. So I slow them down, I shoot them. Actually, I'm shooting my own drones, but fuck it. It helps the example here. And while my tank's reloading, I can kind of work on this. And now it's just a matter of playing drone foo. So in order to keep myself safe, I gotta basically kill his drones. And this helps keep people interested and making sure that you're not gonna run away from a fight. You're actually there to do some damage. So, you just kind of gotta be aware of what's going on here. So right now I just gotta make sure that I'm still staying safe, and I'm not gonna do anything stupid. So he's now deployed. Oh, what the fuck? I'm a moron.
What?
I put the wrong drones in the wrong file or drop-down packet. So I was looking for my warriors, trying to figure out where the fuck they were. They weren't in near the correct place. So that makes sense. There we go. So basically right now I just, yeah. Let's go unload the cargo and basically run the rep as standard, basically heal up and make sure that I'm not in any sort of immediate danger. So I see that he's 80 kilometers off. I'm not in really any big of a threat. So if he's sticking around and I'm sticking around, there's usually a good indication that either I've got friends or he's got friends that are going to come in and try to win the fight. So. That's kind of a brief summation of how those type of engagements would typically work. See that he's got Valks coming in after me, so now it's just a matter of playing drone foo and making sure I don't do anything extremely stupid, so I can just kill his DPS before he can kill mine. So seeing as how I've got a lot faster drones, I can usually tank a little bit more damage than he can, or I can safely do stuff like this. Except for the fact that I am now webbed because I don't have him actually set up on my overview correctly. Whoops. I fucked that up dearly. I probably should have had him locked for a lot longer of a time. CO's not up in Breck either. Schweebs. I was the only, the non-PL attendee aside from, Karker herself. And now I've fucked up, and I am now scram-webbed. So basically, my next best bet is to get in tight around him, so he can't really track me. And pray. I've got the hope tank, guys. I've got the hope tank. Jump away! No, it's not gonna work. Alright, go ahead and cut DPS. I'm
Couldn't beeps.
alright. Alright, well, I fucked that one up. Now, how much do I owe me for killing all my drones?
I was just thinking that. I was like, man, you killed out a lot of your drones.
Oh. So that's kind of a brief kind of overview on how the aggro timers work.
Should I take it to 4-4?
Yeah, here in a minute. Just trying to think if there's any other aspects that I need to touch on before I.
Do you want to go over
close that?
bumping with them, or they're good on bumping?
I mean, we could do some bumping stuff. Do you have a battleship?
I might in 4-4. I have to check real quick. Look at my. Look at my assets. No, I don't have one, but I'll buy one right now.
Well, I mean, if you don't have one, we can make do with that merm.
Okay.
Stabber. So next thing I'm going to cover is going to be bumping. Bumping is going to be one of the more advanced-ish type tactics that you can use in in PvP. It's something that takes a lot of time to master and do well. I mean, anybody can fit a oversized prop mod to a ship and point it in one direction and hope that it hits, but not everybody can do it well.
I'm docked in that station that we were just in.
Okay. Alright. I need another one of these. And what else do I need? Is that 50? How much are these rigs? That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Alright, I am on my way. Alright. I am undocking.
Okay, I'm docking as well.
Alright, so I'm going to warp to the planet right next to us. And then warp back in at 100. So if you just want to stay still for a minute,
Okay,
I will be right back. Alright, so the next thing is going to be bumping, not dumping. So it's a tactic that we try to use to basically knock somebody out of a station model so they won't be able to dock back up. And very common practice. So if somebody ever calls for bumps, this is generally what they mean. You may have to come out away from the station model a little bit, just so I can be able to hit you and not dump into the station model itself. All right, go ahead and cut it there. You're in a pretty good spot. So basically what I'm waiting for is him to hit a low enough velocity and a low enough transversal for me to effectively bump him. You can generally get away with plus or minus about 10 to 15 meters a second, depending on the size of the ship. The smaller the ship, the harder the bump. So generally this is kind of reserved for battle cruisers and battleship size hulls, just because they have much larger hitboxes, so the physical model is a lot bigger, so you're effectively transferring more kinetic energy into that target. So he's sitting right at 0 velocity, 0 transversal, so this is quite literally the perfect bump. So at a speed of 6,600 meters a second, hopefully I will be able to hit him. But since it's an oversized prop mod, there's a fair amount of spool time for me to actually hit that speed. So what I got to do is pray that I am able to hit him at an effective speed to actually send him out and away from that station model. So generally, you'll actually overheat your prop mod so you can get up to a better speed
Hey,
faster.
wake up.
So I'm going to hit him going roughly 6,600 meters a second, and now he's traveling out and away from that station. And at this point in time is when he would get tackled by whatever friendlies that are on grid. So he's technically well and away from the station, so he's in a good spot for us. And my target has gone to bio, so we're gonna have to wait on him to get back. But in the meantime, I'm actually gonna warp back to the planet and then bump him one more time, just for giggles. There's a couple different tactics that you can use to get bumps. Usually around common stations, stuff like that, people have got tacticals kind of set up for where to bump from which